Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. Seated next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, this one featuring a couple of playoff teams from a season ago, back at it again in 2019.
And we both felt the confidence from both of these teams, right? They feel like they will be back in the playoffs again, but they shouldn't be overconfident. 7 teams last year made the playoffs that didn't make it the previous year, so you're not assured of going back year after year.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football.
Coach, this is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the #1 overall selection back in 05 out of the University of Utah. It's Alex Smith.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Well, this is brought in by Pryor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The starters defensively now for the Seahawks. Well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I would have loved to have been in their meetings this week and hear that grizzled old defensive coordinator talk about, well, you did okay, guys. We did all right. Holding them to 13 was pretty good, but this week I expected to be less than that.
I'm going to need to hear that a lot more often. I don't know what it was, but I liked it. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Smith, that's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. Now throwing on first down and completing it. He's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Rashad Penny, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action, it's Smith. And a hook up over the middle to Pryor. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Penny, a first down carry. In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner coming off a 3rd straight All-Pro season. On 2nd and 9, Smith, the completion to Riddick. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
13th play now, the opening drive. Will this be the lucky one? It's 3rd and goal. To throw is Smith. He finds Riddick complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. But hang on, a flag is down. Now if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So a special teams mistake on the field goal try leads to a new set of downs inside the red zone. After the penalty, it's Penny. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Riddick with a carry. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field. All right, this is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
Interesting. Time to find out. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Rashad Penny, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it's finished off by a Rashad Penny touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the MVP of the National Football League in 2018, the former Texas Tech Red Raider, Patrick Mahomes.
Just 4 weeks left in the regular season, and he has to be firmly in the driver's seat for the MVP award.
Yeah, as the month of December wears on, we'll see how this all shakes out, and the debate will certainly heat up. But he's done everything they've asked of him.
Wouldn't he love to be in his head right now, though, to see what he's thinking, how much this is affecting him? Is he thinking about it at all? Are his teammates talking to him about it? He's dealing with a little bit of pressure, though, even though he's right now the #1 guy.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 21 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. David Onyemata there on the tackle. And on this offensive unit, your thoughts on Travis Frederick?
He's a quarterback's best friend. Sets all the line calls and blocks so aggressively.
Throwing on 2nd down, Mahomes, and he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, and now it's 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test, going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Granted, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Smith. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Smith. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for L.A.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To the air again, Smith. Over the middle, that's caught by Harry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a 1st down. On the run, it's Penny. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson. To throw on 2nd and 6, Smith. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Smith. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Smith now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Smith. Short throw underneath to Hurst. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. This is Penny. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Smith, he's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Los Angeles. It is the Rams in possession as they've got it with 4th down and 1. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. They'll run with Penny. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Trey Flowers there on the tackle.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now here's Mahomes. And that's caught inside the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Mahomes now to throw, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Now Matt Bryant on for the field goal. This from 42 yards out. The kick by Bryant is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Smith. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Operating from the gun, Smith. Pryor has it complete. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And out now come the Seahawks. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. Oh, you Kareem Hunt. We know you've got the power. We know you've got the speed. Now how about that? Show us a little bit of that wiggle in there. How about that one, partner?
Can you imagine trying to tackle that? Yeah, I'll stay up here with you. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And Walker with it over the middle. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Hunt gets it on the draw from Mahomes. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Sanders has it over the middle. And they'll get this down to the 10. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Look at this, a tight end carry. So we got 3 at 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. That is caught at the 7-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. 3rd and goal. His pass caught at the 4. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Delaney Walker, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So that drives 7 plays in length, and the gadget play gets him into the end zone. Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Smith now to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's Riddick. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Smith over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Smith will bring his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. Yeah. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
To try again after the sack. Smith, well, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. 3rd and long. It's Smith. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. Now the guilty party that time, Charles Leno Jr. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up. Left side completion to Jones. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
He'll find Harry on the right side. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And this is brought in by Pryor. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Now Smith And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage. Back to the air, Smith on second down. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Again, Smith into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawks touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Here's Bryant for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you've got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try to go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On third down, Smith out to the flat for Reddick. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
On second and 9, Mahomes. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
That second down play nets a -4.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for third down. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Seattle. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Powerful running. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That was Patrick Peterson from his quarterback spot whirling in for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Smith from the gun. He'll throw to the right side and complete to Hurst. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And defensively, they were in zone covers there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes got his man complete over the middle. That's Sanders. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
And the Rams now coming out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Smith. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
You see me out here? That's right.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor.
They went with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
A gain of 13, it's a first down. Mahomes now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. It's complete to Lockett. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Draw play. Mahomes gives to Hunt. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. from the gun on third down, Mahomes. And that is caught. Oh, what a catch at the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Now Mahomes. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Julio Jones. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Catch made right side by Wilson. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Riddick. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here's Matt Bosher now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Oh, what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Looking to throw on second down. Smith. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. A shotgun snap for Smith. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Matt Bosher now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. And Jones has it over the middle. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Mahomes gives to Hunt. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. And Walker has it. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And he locates Walker, complete. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Mahomes going to throw. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll run it here with Hunt. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. They run again with Hunt. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now the Rams have got it. Go the other way. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. From the gun, it's Mahomes, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead now up to 22. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
So as it turns out, a 2-play drive resulting in the field goal. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. So that'll dump it back to a 1st and 15. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Out of the gun, Smith. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Smith. Throw left side, complete to Harry. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Smith throwing again. With a hook up over the middle to Pryor. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing again is Smith. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Now that turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Throwing is Mahomes on third. It's caught. Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. They'll run on first down. It's Hunt. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. They'll run again with Hunt. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
And now here's a carry heading left. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Tackle made there by Mike Adams, a strong safety. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
On second down, it's Hunt. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards there and a first down. Now it's Hunt. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell him to back off of being aggressive. But sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose. And just as you said, Cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. Mahomes now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. But it'll be second and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. This defense has held on so far. Now from the 3, this is third and goal. Working from the gun, Mahomes toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So out comes the field goal team once more from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And Bryant's kick is good. And that'll extend this lead now up to 25. So put 3 on the board, but from that far into enemy territory, probably hoping for more.
Yeah, I think they're going to get together on the sideline, talk about it, right? Because you get that far, that deep, you want to come away with a touchdown. They'll take the 3, but they're going to file away for the future.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter?
And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Joey Bosa in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's second and 15.
Hey, check Mike 34. Mike 34. Spike.
Now Smith. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Now it's Smith. And this is going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player or broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that... a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
On first down, punt, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Mike 51, Mike 51. I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you. Back, back, back.
So the victory here for Seattle, and I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple, although I set you up by saying game balls, plural. But
I like where we're going with this, though. You say one to represent, like the best player of all that. And I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for the Seahawks, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they're squarely in play for next year mode now as they drop to 2-11. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take